4, 3, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Most Unknown Podcast. Before we introduce our guest, I like to say that to you gentlemen, I appreciate the fact that we got like a space that we can come to, and I could talk to men that I respect, whether we agree or disagree on a topic, some way that I can like get my thoughts off, right? Because we grown now, so we not around our friends as much as we used to be, right? So it ain't that I don't have as many spaces to like bounce ideas off adult men that you used, like, or men your age that you used to when you were younger. You're not around your friends like you used to be. I'm around 12-year-olds most of my day. You know what I'm saying? As crazy as that sounds, no R. Kelly style. But like, because that's the case, like I don't get a chance to bounce them ideas off of the homies often. So I want to say thank y'all for you know what I'm saying, being those people, making sure that that's like a consistent thing that we doing. You know what I mean? It ain't like a thing where we like looking for attention or we like talking about shit because we know people it's gonna get the crowd going. Right. It's just like three niggas, you know what I'm saying, having conversations about whatever it is that's on their mind. So I appreciate, salute to y'all for.
Y'all been doing this a while too.
A long time, bro.
Y'all been doing this.
A long time, man.
I go back and forth with that too. I'm like, we could just talk about.
Yeah.
You know how much that we can press to get the people going. Like we could just come up here and talk about the topics that we know going to shake shit, but. I mean, when it hits organically, it's
nothing better than that, man.
It's gonna be right.
But we got a guest in the room. This is a brother that we've known for a long time. John and I went to high school with him. There's three things that I heard. He's a few years older than us, so it's a few things I heard when I went to high school, ninth grade. They was like, "Yo, it's a pool in here." Remember that when they told you ninth grade, like, "Oh, it's a pool in the school."
Upstairs.
They told the freshmen that it's a pool in the school, so they sent you on a dummy mission looking for the pool.
Never found the pool.
Never found that pool, bro. That was like a freshman hazing kind of thing. Like, yeah, go find the pool. I remember that.
Yeah, Ray told me it was upstairs.
Yeah, I remember hearing about Ray Brewer basketball. I remember hearing about Karl basketball, right? I didn't know either one of these two dudes. Mm-hmm. I had just moved. We had left a tumultuous situation in my last neighborhood. My mom moved us to this neighborhood, new school. I knew a few people that was going there because I was in a program and they sent some of the kids there, but I didn't know anybody in the area, right? It was a brand new area for me. It was like I was coming from like an area where it was always loud. There was always people outside. And this wasn't quite like that. It was a little different, so it was kind of weird to me. And I was like, I ain't gonna fuck with nobody around here, bro.
That's how I felt. I was only over there for basketball.
Bro, I was like, I'm not gonna fuck with nobody over here. So, you know what I'm saying? But I slowly started getting to know people, and this is one of the people I got to know. Father, entrepreneur, businessman, just all around solid dude. Salute to Karl Hill. Appreciate you for joining us, brother.
Appreciate you, dog.
It's been a long time coming too.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
Long time.
These niggas had a whole episode before we even started the camera, bro. That's just how it worked, though. When you got chemistry with people,
I was gonna say how natural it is.
Shit just natural. It just flow like that. Yeah. But that's sometimes when you growing up, it's like. For me, at least, I don't know if that's everybody's experience, but like it's rare for me when I meet people and be like, this nigga's kind of like me, bro. Mm-hmm. We kind of got the same temperament. For me, I don't run into people like that all the time, right? Mm-hmm. This is one of them people for me. Like even back then, I was like, this nigga we kind of like him in a lot of ways, right? Like,
remember your brother and
Dre.
And Dre was cool.
Yeah.
But me and your brother was cool separately because he ain't want to follow him. Like, my family was wild. So, like, y'all gravitated to me a lot more because, I'm doing what I got to do.
He was chilling, man.
Right. So it just never changed. Like, it's just we evolve into adults now. But I see what y'all doing, and it's so, even from like afar. Remember, I did the pop-up at Smith Public Trust. Mm-hmm. But like, the fact that y'all was still incorporate or ingrained in the social aspect, because I removed myself on purpose because I'm just not that, like, I'm not if I got to talk, I'm going to talk, right? But I'm not a social person in that way. So, like, I be feeling awkward and, like, designing and creating is my way to kind of connect to where I don't feel weird. You know what I'm saying?
Express yourself.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like seeing how y'all express yourselves, the camera. If it wasn't y'all, I wouldn't be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be in front of no camera. But then seeing how everybody that I'm connected to, I met him at the South Side last year, and it was like I knew him. You get what I'm saying? Like it wasn't, and I'm that kind of person. But then I get that he's that kind of person. Cause people that I know him, and they like, oh yeah, that's the homie. You know, so it's like, okay, I can be at ease because I don't trust people. So you know, if he connected to y'all, or you know, if I'm connected to y'all, he probably feel the same way. And then it's like, you know, we doing things, so it's like, all right, brand or podcast, you know, social events, whatever. So
let's talk about the brand a little bit, right? So you started your first brand, the first ever brand was called what?
Retro Fate,
right? You started that when it was at 2011.
2011. And
I just feel like I remember that a little bit.
2011.
You was in Big Play. I was the first brand to do I never talk about this though. I was the first brand to do a pop up in a like a lounge, like, because I look back, I'm like, nobody was doing, like, not to my knowledge, but Big Play.
Shout out Big Play too,
right?
Legendary.
That's, man,
that little hole in the
you
wall.
just had to be there. You know what I'm saying? It was a moment in time where you had to be there, but literally a shit like packing it out. You got to wait till 5 people come out before you.
You'll go in.
50 people in that joint though. It felt like it was.
We slowly losing our child. I mean, like shit has started like disappearing. Like
days of numbers, man. Days over with. It's over with.
But yeah, the first brand was Retro Fate, RF8 for short. And I mean, it wasn't really like I didn't know anything about branding and names and, you know, having a certain amount of letters and, you know, recognizable, I guess, phrases and things like that. I was just going off the fact that this is dope to me. Hopefully, you know, people will catch on. And then I had like a sub brand that was called The Feathery Life. You know, that was more like the homies and I, you know, how we used to talk, you know, the lingo. And all like, shout out Ray and Jared and all that. But I was the one who decided to, let's brand this. Like, let's put it on merchandise. So, you know, that was like the beginning phases of like my basically college in a sense. Like you going through your training. It's either I could have paid for mentorship or I could just pay to learn on the go, whether I'm making money or not. So, yeah, that was the beginning. And
then I remember we had a conversation when you was in Orlando, and then you came back, and then I think you told me that you sold the brand. Now I didn't know people was doing that. Like I didn't know that was a thing that like people sell their brands. Like I never thought of it before until you. I was like, damn, that should make a lot of sense. And
so
I don't know
the
why
bigger corporate sense, you know, like Coca-Cola buy you. You know what I'm saying? If it makes sense,
it happens all the time.
They'll say you can't make Pray for Love anymore. You got to just solely focus on merch for Coca-Cola.
Right.
They'll make it so sweet for you. That's like if you come from struggling, like, you know, hand over fist type of, I sell something, I got to buy more product. Just to, like, you really don't get to pay yourself in a lot of instances. So, you know, like, yeah, you could sell it. And I mean, it was more so like, it's like hush money, like, hey, your competition, name your price. And it wasn't much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't much.
I never thought of that before. Like, I know people like build up businesses and sell businesses and stuff like that. Or I don't know, even niggas be even selling their social media platforms. Like, you know, I'm selling this page. I was like, what the fuck? That's a thing. But like, that's a thing. So anything is for sale.
That's why them hack pages come in. They hack these big pages, chill for a while, and then they sell them.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. I never realized like that was like a thing. But that's definitely a thing. So then you sold that brand, and you did what next? What was the next step?
I was focusing on the Feathery Life, and then I just gave that to my sister. And she still, I mean, she don't even really do anything with it now because she's working with Vic, like Home Depot. So I learned a hard lesson, like don't base your company, any kind of branding that you're doing around a specific person, like especially like an athlete. You could be popping today, get hurt, it's over with. And everybody's only buying that product based on their support, their admiration for that person. Right. So if it ain't like LeBron or Kobe or something, it's gonna be kind of hard. We see what's going on with John Morant. So it's like bigger corporations get behind an athlete and they're pulling back. So imagine, you know, the consumerism of it would be affected. So, you know, kind of stepped away from that, had my first child. Well, got married, had my first child in 2016. Just focused on being a dad. I mean, I was bartending, manager at Outback and bartending. And it was almost like I don't really have like I'm not really ashamed of anything. You know what I'm saying? Some people will hide that fact, like where they work and all that.
And I think Karl know where I'm going with this because I told him I was on the live one day when he was on the live telling this story, and I hit him personally in the DMs. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, bro, like I don't think you know how at the time where I was, I needed to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Because it kept like, you know, I had a job at the time that wasn't really glamorous. Not that what I'm doing, like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call glamorous. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really glamorous, but it was paying the bills. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you pulled up to the pop-up, full uniform.
For sure.
Full uniform.
For sure. But I wasn't comfortable with that at first.
I know.
And then like I
saw it on your face. I had to make the response that I had to give was, you know, I'm ignoring it. Yeah. You can have on some Dreams of Triumph or you can have on your work clothes. It doesn't change. For sure. John, you know what I'm saying? Like, not to me, at least. So, go ahead. I'm telling you, but back to you, but I'm just letting you know, like, that joint was a dope. I needed to, that kind of changed my outlook on some shit, like hearing the live and hearing your story about how you was with that shit. I was like, yo, that's I needed to hear that at the time, bro. See, it was easier because I was out of state. I was in Florida. Nobody cared. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. It's image. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to feel like you underachieving and like you play your age plays a role. Like you start to be self-conscious about everything. But I was slinging boxes at Amazon in 2020. Wanted to get a house. I was like, I'm working for myself. I'm proud of that. And I'm working at Amazon. I'm proud of that because these pay stubs is gonna go towards, you know, the banks to give you a loan and, you know, and trust that you're gonna pay that 30 which we're not about to stand that. But you know, just to get my feet wet, like I had to do what I had to do. And then I'm in Virginia. So I'm driving across the bridge. Nobody know me over here, so I can be, you know, one of the, like, somebody could have made me a meme out there. I would not have given a fuck because I used to have my headphones in. I'm dancing, singing loud. You know, the same stuff we see, but I didn't care because I was getting so much motivation from being in Woodbridge and Manassas and seeing big ass houses, like, and I'm about to embark on this. This is why I'm working here. So I had a reason for, you know, that season of life I was in. So, you know, when I talk about it, it's because I know people and I'm not ashamed of nothing. So I know that it's people going through it and they probably like, I don't want to tell nobody. Well, man, fuck that. I got these bills to pay. Your opinion is not helping me pay none of these bills.
Nothing. But speaking of, like, the motivation that you seen in Manassas, but you had that in a situation in Orlando, in the situation that you was in, right?
Man, the house that we initially was in was 10 bedroom, like 12 bathrooms, 5 acres.
The fuck you walk away from that?
It wasn't me. It was Jared crib. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Like that wasn't mine. But I definitely got some perspective of what can be achieved, you know, and some people be like, well, he played professional sports, but that doesn't guarantee you a big contract enough to afford something like this. So, you know, then we was living on a golf course. It's like, this is another change. 2 gates you got to go through to get to the neighborhood. Yeah. And after a while, they knew who we was, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just driving through. And I think everybody, you know, should get to experience some sort of, you know, lavish, luxurious type of, you know, life, even if it's just inadvertently, like you just a fly on the wall. So we went to we went to Miami in February, and, you know, Vic is, that's my man. But my sister is really who I went to go see, because, you know, I'm gonna see Vic in the, so it's not like it's a special trip, but he had a Cullinan. I still feel I done driven every car messing with your man. It still feels surreal because it's not mine. So I feel more so like, damn, this is like a lot of people won't get to, and it's just a material item. So I'm not like swooning over it. I'm just saying, like, I mean, people just wake up one day and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna drive the Cullinan today. Yeah, stars in the roof. You know what I'm saying? And then how people view you. And I hate that.
That's the part, right? That's the part that people love. How other people gonna see me.
Man, they look at you hop out that joint, and
God,
my locks, and you know what I'm saying. I got flip, you know, I got, you know, some Fear God slides on, and they like, you hopping out of this and looking like this, but the average person that can afford that stuff is regular. Yeah, for sure. They just got a little bread. But again, not to get off, you know, totally off, but that kind of stuff, you know, motivates me. So when I got back up here, it was I knew what the bottom looked like, and I knew what having something look like. So
that perspective, dog, that should mean a lot, man.
I'm foreign too, you know. Grew up in the country, and, you know, I'm Jamaican, so I remember having a shack to where they got a house in the hills now in Jamaica, and then we still own properties down there, like family wise, in the gully side and all. If you know what that is, you know what I'm saying. I heard you talking about, you know, Barbados, you know, on the episode, and like I think a lot of people that are not from there, they think about those places as destinations, like vacation destinations.
Still a third world country.
Bro, I brought my wife.
for sure.
Yo, I brought my wife. We did not stay at a hotel. We stayed at the house.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "This house is beautiful, and it's up on the hill, and our vantage point is the ocean, right?" But then I took her to where, you know, I feel comfortable. She's like, "It look a little crazy down," you know what I'm saying? Because you know, my family meets you at the entrance to the neighborhood, and if they don't know you, it's a wrap. You know how that is. You know what I'm saying? They protect they appreciate what they have to a certain extent. You know, but they always are watching America or London or you know what I'm saying? They love it. Like they love just like, oh yeah, they think really money is growing.
And
like,
you know
it's
the
a money
crazy,
tree right there.
that's really what they think, dog.
What'd you bring me? I'm coming to see you, bro. What you talking about? What I bring you? But
that's what they think, dog.
yeah, like business is a culmination of all those things for me. It's like I worked a job. I've never worked a job where I made more than $34,000 a year. I'm 37 years old. Most people will be like, man, I wouldn't admit that. I never worked a job where I had to work my ass off for that $37,000. I promise you, like, I just had to do it.
You know the crazy thing is like when you watch social media and then you look at like the real statistics of the world, it does not match up, bro. It's just like, yo, somebody's lying, bro.
Yeah.
Because the average median income is like $50-something thousand, right? Yeah. You can't tell me that. It's less than that. It's like 40-something.
Ain't that two-person?
Often, yeah.
Right.
So this is like, bro, you can't tell me that this is what the stats is telling me, but this was social media. Somebody's lying. Y'all lying.
This area kind of fucks us up.
Yeah, it does,
right?
because
when they take, and that's another thing that gets chopped. When they take them stats, they're thinking about like the Mobile,
cities.
Alabamas, and the fucking wherever. DC is its own.
It's different.
It's a different.
DC, New York, LA, Miami, places like that.
Scope. It's a different thing. You know what I mean?
But outside of that, Houston, Atlanta, outside of that, that's the majority of the country. Like, this ain't getting they're not eating for real.
Bro, St. Cloud, Florida, like that's outside of Orlando, right? Like it's Orlando, but Orlando was broken up into so many different pieces. I wouldn't never knew that. Like I never even been to Disney World before I moved in there. So once you start seeing like, you know, the Pine Hills and those kind of areas, like you like, oh shit, this is all within Orlando. Because you know you don't think that there's hoods outside your hood. Like as much as we just was talking about L.A. and, you know Chicago and all them places, but Chicago is it's small compared to Illinois.
Hell yeah,
and there's people in Illinois that's like, man, that ain't the only place that get out. You know what I'm saying? But
we know somebody from what's they call the shit? It's funny because they call themselves. It's supposed to be the worst place in that area, but it's called the nigga Curtis. I don't know if you know Curtis. They call it East St. Louis. Because it's not really, but it's technically
like
Chicago.
right there.
Yeah, it's technically Chicago. But
that's where
they are.
Darius Miles from.
Yeah. And is Bradley Beal got something? Where Bradley from?
He from St. Louis.
Yeah, he from St. But he know. I think he got. But that place is ape shit crazy, bro. Like it's just it's the worst of the worst out there. But,
I think the places that you don't know about are the places that have the most.
Yeah.
You know, the most.
Never hear them stories.
But you're never gonna get reports like. Because it's forgotten. It's like, you know, wastelands in a sense. So
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, the brand now, you know, was birthed out of those two experiences. And, you know, it's based around my children, my family structure. That's where the 4 comes from. You know, play on words with the PREY. It's more so like to go hunt, not to be preyed upon. Like you're the one preying on whatever it is that you seeking in this life and whatever you love. Like it ain't like the literal love sense. It's just, you know, if you love clothes, like you're gonna do whatever to have the, you know, the latest and greatest. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna pray for that. Like that's what it really boils down to. So
what is the brand now, right? Do you think it's further along than like expectation wise you have for yourself? You think you further along than what you thought, or you right about where
in 3 years I've exceeded every single expectation. I remember moving back, 2019, it was June, and the first pop-up shop that I attended, I had just got some shirts printed up. Yeah. First pop-up shop I attended it wasn't over here, it was like closer to Georgia Avenue, but it was a vow, and it was at like a outdoor, indoor-outdoor little situation. He had a pop-up shop. He was notorious, like he's still notorious for doing events.
I'll be finding the most swanky spots.
Like, but he's a stylish dude.
Yeah,
like I don't think I ever said this before, but him and my sister used to like, you know, have a little thing way back in the day. This is like 2009, 10.
World is fucking tiny, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that's how I knew who he was. We didn't have any interactions then, but she never had anything bad to say about him as a person, and I never hear anything.
Solid nigga for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Solid nigga for sure.
But he was always stylish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just a sweatsuit type of nigga. Like I'm a sweatsuit and J's. You gonna get some feats, but you know the fit is gonna be very. And it's not that I couldn't do it. It was just like, man, I like to be comfortable. Yeah. So now,
that's my whole. You know, I posted up on the grad the other day. Say, look, if I need to, I can put some shit on. But if you letting me wear sweats there, I'm going to wear them, bro. Like,
so my whole idea is that I'm going to provide you with luxury lounge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like 2020 was, you know, comfort is life's true luxury. Most people can't afford comfort. Yeah. They can't afford to be comfortable. You got to wear a suit that don't fit you properly. Might not have no money to get it tailored. Yeah. Or you working at a job where we got to wear a uniform and you don't feel comfortable in that.
Yeah, for sure.
But you can't afford to not put this joint on and go get that money. Sure. You get what I'm saying? So comfort is life's true luxury. And most of us can't afford it. So now it's having affordable luxury items in the form of, you know, your outerwear or, you know what I'm saying, just your clothing it's something that people want to be like everyone else, and I just want to be me. So, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have any cap with this brand. Like, as far as, like, I haven't put a ceiling on it. Yeah. I didn't name it after myself, whereas I know a lot of people, you know, that have done that, and they may feel like, damn, like, where do I go from here? Because corporate branding is like, okay, well, what does it mean? Well, it's me. Yeah. But this is not, you know, I can explain this 20 different ways. Yeah. And they're going to be like, can do so much with this. And I've had other brand owners say like, man, you did it right with the name, you know, with the name of the company. Cause I think that that's one of the most overlooked, you know, aspects of like running a business or starting something, you know, you want to name it. And this is no shade to anybody. I'm just saying like, if you did the due diligence of understanding what Supreme has done, Kith, Jordan, LeBron, Nike, Adidas, like those are all one namers. Yeah. So it's called Pray for Love, but when you see that pray, you're gonna assume like people send me so many things. Even Val got something that says pray or become pray. Yeah. But that was long before I even started my brand. That wasn't my inspiration.
That's actually what hit me the job. Them jackets, when them pray or become pray jackets came out, I was like, oh yeah, this is dope.
And I love it because it's like you can't avoid creative genius. Like everybody has it. You know, that's in it. If you're a creative, you're gonna have like shit is gonna cross like the same things that inspire you. It's gonna inspire another creative. Like you just, you know, you can't have any feelings or emotions behind it like that. Like we did some digi camo this season, right? Who was posted all over Instagram.
Just did it.
You get what I'm saying? Like I don't. Am I supposed to feel like? I feel like
everybody
we the ones with that. Like I love that shit. I'm like, oh, we can foresee or foreshadow like what's coming. And we did with the flair and everything.
Bro, we do that on the podcast. We do it on the podcast all the time, dog. We have a conversation about something. Next week is in the news. What the fuck is going on? It's almost predicted.
Like it's almost scary at times. Bro. Like for real. Like it's a real thing. Like it's like damn, we kind of see it before it becomes
that shit's weird.
A thing. You know what I mean? But it just lets you know you're in the right.
Some Simpson shit.
Yeah. No bullshit. But
let's talk about like the stylistically, right? Because you can if you know what Retro Fate was, and then you see Pray for Love, you see stylistically not the same at all.
No, you're total opposites.
Right? Like was that on purpose? Or
Absolutely.
you just were in a different space and you were just like...
I was fucking fed up with Retro. I was fucking fed up because I moved, and I don't mind sharing this. Like I moved, I had $10,000 to my name. I was not getting a job because I had just quit my job at CarMax. I left everything behind, all the women, you know, other than my wife. Like she was the one that was like, I ain't going nowhere. Everybody else was like, oh, okay, bet, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I moved with no plan. And then just luckily, God, luck, whatever you want to call it, like I have a friendship with a person that has resources to, you know, money and opportunities. One day I woke up, this was like maybe month one, like checking email. This nigga was notorious for just staying up all night and just on that fucking computer, like just doing shit, watching shit. This nigga ordered a whole screen print setup, $8,000. $8,000. I said, bro, why you do that? Like, nah, I believe in you, da-da-da. But I wasn't even truly believing in Retro Fate at the time because I'm like, man, that's why I just kind of got it to RFA. Because it's just, it's something recognizable. You brought up G-Star. G-Star don't put G-Star on everything. They use the Raw.
Yeah.
Raw is more recognizable to me for G-Star than
for sure.
the
G-Star.
You get what I'm saying?
For
So understanding that the three, just the three words, the three letters, I started thinking about that. But then I'm like, have I capped this brand out already? Hasn't even been a year and a half, 2 years of like production wise.
Oh shit.
So I tried. It wasn't moving. We was in the clubs with it. We had all the Orlando Magic players wearing it. It just was not clicking because my home base was here. I should have grew it here before I left. I left right when it was about to. I left, and then when I left, I just saw, Good Life. Those were Quiet as Kept. They inspired me because I used to hoop against a lot, like the twins, Tez and Dante, Tim. And y'all know, the little bros, Courtney and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are my bros. So,
Salute to them.
Right. And I saw what they were doing, and I'm like, damn, like, y'all really making clothes? Like, I used to go on Zoomies and shit, and I'm just like, man, how do you, like, I'm about to pay $39.99 for this fucking T-shirt from Diamond Supply and Obey and all that.
Man.
And I'm like, how do y'all do this? I started really getting curious.
Yeah.
I went to the middle of the mall. I was at Mondawmin Mall.
Glad you made it out, bro.
Glad you made it out.
Glad you had to tell the story.
Let me tell you something. But I learned everything in college, like as far as like about myself. Like I went back to school. I was old when I went back to school, so I was 22 when I went back. So living on campus, it's a bunch of 18, 19-year-olds. I'm just like, man, y'all doing shit that I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all excited about stupid shit right now. And everybody wanted to hang around the older niggas, but I was boring. Like, I wanted to try to figure out how to make some money. Y'all thinking about girls and drinking. Cause
you went to school at the right time, bro.
Man, perfectly.
That's really what I think. I think 18 might be too, but that's another conversation.
Yeah, that's
Man.
fuck it. We're gonna get that.
I got to travel at the high school. I didn't have no basketball scholarship, nothing. Like, everything that people put me, like, whatever pedestal people was putting me on at Roosevelt, I never lived up to that shit. I had other stuff going on, and basketball was just my outlet, but I was not seeking, like, nobody taught me how to fill out no college application.
Yeah.
I ended up at PG because my mom was like, well, it's either that or the military. I'm like, I'm not
I ain't
going to
going
the
military.
military. You're tripping. I fucking moved to Jamaica. Like, I leave this bitch. Like, don't, like, that's just how I felt.
Yeah.
And like, man, why you on hoop? And confidence-wise, I was here. Maybe skill level and all that. Like, you'll look at me and be like, from the outside looking in, like, oh, he really can do it. And it's like, I don't believe in myself. I'm watching all my peers really. I'm watching all my peers.
I was about to say, did
really
that come from
That's crazy.
you not thinking you good enough, or did it come from you being around motherfuckers that was really like hooping? Because sometimes that can work.
But they knew. You get what I'm saying? Like, you might say, like, I get what you're saying. It's just like, they knew who the fuck I was. They to this day, like, niggas know what I use.
I remember. That's what I'm saying. I heard the stories. You know what I'm saying? Like, I heard
the basketball player. They know. I might not have. We all working jobs. You know what I'm saying? We all doing something to a certain extent. So the ego out of is gone for me. Like, I don't have. What am I proving? All right, you better than me. Yeah. Now what? You still got to go clock in tomorrow. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to wipe you got to wipe your daughter's ass. Like, you got to change her diaper. Like, what's the bragging rights now?
Yeah.
Like, the bragging rights for me is like seeing people in this city wearing my, something that I designed, like, and really seeing it. It took a year and a half for me to see someone, a stranger, just wearing something. I ain't say nothing. I had a hood on. I'm just like, matter of fact, it was pandemic still, so I had my mask on, hood on. I just had a regular hoodie, like no branding or anything on it. And I'm at the gas station. They pumping gas. Got had lightning joggers on, hoodie, hat. I was like, I cried. I got back in my car. We had a Kia Optima at the time. Me and my wife sharing a car. I'm like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because some people will try to play big. Like, I never had an expectation. I had 20 shirts, 20 hats.
Does that feeling ever get old? Like seeing somebody, like a complete stranger, just like,
hell no. You gotta think, like, if you want an overnight success story, everybody that I've ever talked to, millionaires, like billionaires, if you want an overnight success story, come back in 10 years.
Right.
And in my head, I'm like, what? You know, when I first heard it, I was like, what? I'm with Jared. And he like, man, people don't understand how long it took to get a break. Like how long it really take, how much consistency it takes for you to get started. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Get
That's
like
crazy.
And it was like, what? He was like, man, I've been doing this 20 years. Like when you understand how long Stussy and Diamond Supply, and you know, when it was skateboard culture and all that, like, and of course when we got our hands on it, of course we moved the needle.
Right.
You know, and now it's black women. Yeah. My number one customer base is black women.
That's what you used to ask me about. Like when I used to wear the lightning joggers, everybody used to ask me about it, and that's why I wish that's what I love about wearing shit that like niggas you fuck with make, because they'll be like, hey, where you getting them from? Right. And you just smile when you give them the brand. Like, now that you mentioned it, like you just stop everything you're doing. Like, look, here go my you know what I'm saying? Tell them I sent you too, bro. Like, let them really.
And you know, I show love to everybody. For sure. Like you bring more people to me. You don't gotta worry about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like if you gotta pay, it's not gonna be, you know, with everybody, because you just brought me. You know what I'm saying? That's business. Like business acumen is, you know, you eat off of what you kill. If you brought some people in, I bet y'all can get fed. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't have to really go do much. And I think that's my business strategy all the time. It's like you take care of the ones closest. They gonna go the hardest for you. You know what I'm saying? Like without you even having to ask anything. So, I mean, it's becoming a lost art now as we get older. So, and then the youngins don't really understand it.
Or don't care about it.
That part. That part.
Or don't care about it. But
earlier when I asked you, like, you know, what was the transition between Retro Fate to Pray for Love? You mentioned that you had kids. And then you double back and say, wait, I got married first, then I had kids. Seemed like that was an important part for you to like.
Yeah, marriage was, because I'm going to just tell you, it was so unconventional. It wasn't I love, but also, if you do all the grandeur in the beginning, like, is it harder? Is it so much pressure to sustain it later on? You know what I'm saying? I always thought about that. Like, you know, you go to the harbor, do the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the homies, they've done it, right? And I love it. It's a good photo op. It's a good memory to have. Yeah. But all the old heads told me you better focus on your finances and your communication skills. Yeah. All that other cute shit is just cute shit that you're not even going to think about.
It's for others for real. It ain't even for you
know what
per se.
You know it's not. I didn't have. I wouldn't have had a wedding if it wasn't for my mom and my wife's mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have had a wedding. You tell them. They're like, this is our moment. Y'all can't go to the courthouse. Y'all got to do it. I said, I'm about to make people pay. Y'all want to come to my wedding and eat? Y'all want to accept $50?
It's expensive, bro.
I'm not going into debt to prove nothing. Like, this is who I'm going to be in it with. Yeah. After we leave here, me and her got to figure this shit out forever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not going to make us go into debt to have. And some people looked at it like, oh, that's crazy. And it's no knock. I'm just saying, for our dynamic, we were broke. She was pregnant. We didn't even know we had lost the baby in November. Of 2015, and then I told her, I said, Doc, how much time she got? It's like 6 weeks, y'all can try again. On the 7th week, I got her pregnant again. I said, you pregnant. You know, right after, I said, you pregnant. Then we came here in February, got married. I don't know what the fuck we was thinking getting married in wintertime, but got married up here. It was a you know, a real intimate setting, like 50 to 60 people. Yeah. Might have been like 100 people, but
that's dope.
Everybody paid for the, you know what I'm saying? Like
everybody paid that 50.
Yeah, they paid their 50. Don't get us nothing.
That's not a bad. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
It's really not. Because think about it. Like, you're gonna give somebody a gift, $100 gift. Don't give me no gift.
Don't give me
nothing.
Just
pay for.
I'm good. I'm good.
Or like, yo, I seen my cousin did this a few years ago. Like, yo, we having a wedding. I don't want no gifts, but give us money towards a down payment for our crib.
Right.
So at least we get something out of
leaving here.
Do you know what?
I don't want a toaster.
You know what I just realized too? I was thinking about.
I do want that toaster. I want that motherfucker.
No disrespect to anybody.
Bluetooth.
I want that.
I've been to a lot of weddings. The more extravagant weddings I can think of going to, they're no longer together. And I'm not saying it has anything to do with the wedding, but it's funny how that works. I'm thinking about all the ones I've personally been to.
Because I be thinking, like, was all of the focus on your imagination?
Yeah, it was.
What you thought it was supposed to be.
It's always the woman's imagination.
You know what I'm saying? And the man has to provide that, right?
The man
but then what's the stress after that? And I'm talking about on both parties. Because now you might be feeling a little doubt, like, You know, you might see some streaks in his drawers, or you know, your pH might be off, and he don't know how to tell you, like, you smelling a little off this week, or it be a lot of that stuff that goes on that I've talked to people about, and I'm like, me and my wife have learned to communicate. We've learned to be as transparent as possible with money, and everything else just flows, bro. Because now we best friends.
Yeah, when I see
Now
y'all,
that's my best friend.
when I see y'all moving around, I be like, man, this is dope.
Nigga,
Like,
I don't hang with nobody.
You can see, yeah, they don't.
When did you know? When did you?
They don't even hang out, bro.
You got married young.
Yeah.
What made you like? Okay, like I don't want to, cause you know how we do. Well, most niggas do. Play the field a little bit, even though we know you got it. What made you like just off straighten up and be like, nah, you know what I'm saying? This ain't
The headache of trying to, like, I want to just go out and not have to be with this woman and be looking out for, because I'm going to nice, you know, popping spots. This is early 2010s. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
Have
oh,
no,
yes.
we were connected at one point through a family. You get what I'm saying? And it was like, I'm not committed to anyone at this point, but it's a couple girls that I'm liking, especially my wife. I'm like, I'm starting to love this girl. Then I like this girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This one cool, but we kind of falling. But if I go somewhere, somebody's gonna be like, "Girl, I seen," and it's like you can't really be affectionate. You can't. It was too much work for me. I got lazy. I'm like, bro, this is dumb. Like, why do niggas want to have a million chicks?
yeah.
This is stupid. Like, and then you lose it all.
Yeah.
You try to have, you get what I'm saying? Like, you can have one that makes you feel like you got everything in that one, or you can have all of them, and at any given point, it could just knock the dominoes down, and then you back in the house faking it for
square
yourself.
one.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm good, I'm gonna be good. But then now, thinking about this generation and like trying to find companionship now, I feel for people. There is no want to, there's no urge to want to be with somebody for them. Like, it's all these requirements, and it's like, damn, do y'all really believe this, or is this like for social media? Is this just to have something to say in the comment section of a Justin LeBoy post? Or, you know, I think about all of that, and I'm just like, I look at my wife, I'm like, I am so happy
That you got
to be with you. Like, I am so happy that you are happy with me, because it is slim pickings right now. Like, the dating pool is poison. It's dead fish floating at the top of the fucking pond right now that you know, dressed up real nice.
Yeah, they look good.
They look very good, but they are not delicious. You cook them
and
joints
it's
up.
really, it's social media,
Terrible.
dog. It really. I was talking to a coworker about it. It really, like, we was trying to like pinpoint, because we was talking about how shit is. We was trying to pinpoint why it's so fucked up dating wise, and it's like because the accessibility to and rappers or entertainers or whatever, the accessibility to see their lifestyle in 3D every single day, that didn't used to exist.
Right.
And it created, and seeing how they go through, it created an expectation in somebody. Because back in the day, you don't know how the fuck, I'm trying to think of some, it's crazy when I'm thinking of a good, trying to think of a good example. I can't even think of like a decent person, which is insane. But like back in the day, if fucking
You don't even know how Tupac was
Jodeci,
living.
Tupac or Big, you don't know what the fuck they was doing for their ladies.
And then you find out that like a Jodeci, like a KC and JoJo, they was crackheads,
Yeah,
alcoholics,
yeah.
beating.
Chuck E.
What,
Cheese.
you know what I'm saying? Beating fucking Mary J. Blige. And, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Wow,
And
like Bobby Brown.
Exactly. But
know
you
none of
didn't
that.
even know how. You just had to guess, for better or worse, how they was
Yeah.
living. You don't know that. Say you see them, they pop out. Oh, they look nice as a couple. Boom, that's it. They wasn't, and there was no such thing as an influencer for real.
Right,
back
right.
then and in between.
Right.
Now you see how these motherfuckers is living. You see lifestyles, and you watching that from a 12-year-old, 11-year-old girl on, like, you're not playing with ball. Yeah, you watching on YouTube, and it puts a seed in your head that you can just get this from any nigga.
How
and your
did girl,
expectation,
wasn't girls still wearing baggy clothes in high school?
Hell yeah.
Yes, dog.
Hell yeah.
So I
I'm
work
saying?
with
Like-
12-year-old, but I had an 11-year-old girl tell me they be having little boyfriends. I be laughing
course.
at their little relationships. She was like, "Mr. Jobs, we done, Mr. Jobs." Like, what you mean? She's like, "He was broke." I said, "What? He's 11, man."
Where do you get your money from?
This is
Are you
yo,
serious?
Because where do you get your
What
money
fuck,
from,
bro?
little girl?
If that's the, if that's the,
11.
if
She
that's
said
the
he was
bar,
broke.
but you know what that does though, and then
a good kid,
the
man.
fact we don't talk about though. Imagine that kid, and you know when you're younger, you're impressionable,
Yeah.
and the main thing is like, as much as you might like whatever you like going in your life, you like acceptance, you like being liked by women or girls, you want to be accepted, you want to be cool. Imagine that girl, especially his papa girl, telling Slim that he's broke. you might have just created a villain origin story. Because if this nigga if he out now, when he get older, if he starts selling packs, doing whatever he gotta do to get this money, whether right or wrong,
he don't even remember.
He
that
don't even
was
remember.
The cause
like,
of that shit.
yeah, it's the cat.
Like,
It just worked. And he just know that he got turned down because he was broke one time, and that might have. You don't even know what that might created in dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
because if he don't have the right structure at home or environment to like foster that, right?
Yeah.
Like, let me start a lemonade stand, or I'm gonna go get put on, and you know they gonna front me a pack, and you start off, ounce, quarter ounce, you work your way up. It's a funny thing that a comedian, when they say it, like a Mike Epps, and then you moving up to it. Now you running it's literally just like that. Like my dad was a drug dealer. Like I express this, and this is not a bragging thing. It's more so like I get my hustle from him. And I just never wanted to look over my shoulder. I visited him in jail. I never wanted to be locked down. I don't know how mentally he did it, but this nigga is the strongest. He's a superhero to me. Like, there's no way. I feel like, Ab, you used to come over my house. There was a lot of criminals in my house. We living in Greenbelt. Nice town home. You know what I'm saying? Like, Windsor Green was a nice place. And there was a lot of drug criminal activity going on in that area. And maybe 1 or 2, 3 people in my household was conducting themselves in that way. My uncle was in and out of jail. I think you probably met my Uncle Richard, but like, in and out of jail. Nigga was just stone cold killer. I couldn't follow that. I just love how cool he was. Like, nigga just had like a little bop. You remember in the 90s, niggas really had like a bop. And I used to always want to emulate that. And then I had my dad who just stood on principles, morals. He had values regardless of anything. Like, stand up individual, big, solid, you know what I'm saying? Like, always stature wise. And then I had my stepdad who was just, he was Caribbean too, but he came over here and made himself into an engineer, and like successful man, taught me how to be a man. Took on the role of father to someone else's kid, like and all of those things. Now I have a daughter, I have a son. God blessed me with a son first to be able to watch out for his little sister because she want to wear like she's emulating her mom, and my wife is on this fitness journey, right? So she's down 50-something pounds. Stomach flat.
That's major, man. Salute to that. That's hard work right
I done
there.
been with my wife through so many different changes.
That's hard work,
like,
man.
Damn near 300 pounds to 180 to, to where she is now, where she curving out. She got some ass now. Like, I love this. Like, I love talking about this.
That's hard work, bro. That's
you know
crazy,
what I'm saying?
man.
Like, hard fucking work. Sculpting yourself is a representation of discipline in other aspects of your life. Because if you have the ability to go get insurance, to go pay for this Dr. Miami or whatever, Dominican Republic, cut you a check to go spend that money on the BBL or the, on the mommy makeup or whatever, and you say, nah, I'm about to go to the gym. That right there is the discipline to say, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you could have took the route that is more accepted now.
You still got to go to the gym after that, though, even if you do go that route.
That's what people don't know.
That's
you
still
still got to keep
crazy
it up or keep getting large amounts of
It's like,
surgery.
bro, you still got to go to the gym after this. Bro.
I would love to pose this question. Do you think that it's a result of what we're doing to them, or is it their insecurities?
I think it's a two-way street.
Insecurities and social media. And what this person got.
I'm more so with Roy on that.
I think it's a two-way street, bro. I think we influence a lot of it, and I think they also
I can't influence
each
nobody,
other.
bro. That's crazy.
So if I double tap a picture, you see Karl Hill in the, like, because it's gonna be your friendships, right? It's gonna be my name, and my wife gonna look at this and be like, "Oh, so this what you like, right?" Basically, and it's like, I like so many different
I like variety, bro.
Yeah. Right, you never seen me
it's
with
like candy.
a girl
like
that looked the same as another girl. So,
yeah.
That's what the conversations we used to have back in the day.
That's
like,
a real conversation.
What's your type? A woman.
I like beautiful
What
women.
you talk about?
I
Like,
like beautiful
it.
women.
I
That's
said this when they was going on. Not going, but we had agreement about not agreement. We had a conversation about DC Young Fly's wife who passed recently, and I said I honestly feel for especially them women that's in the light in this generation, because I can. It's easy for me sitting where I am as a 34-year-old man to say like, I don't see the big deal of what are y'all doing or it's not that serious, but I can't imagine the pressure for somebody that's in the light or in the culture in that sense to have to keep up, who's made their, not made their living off of, but kind of got the break or got in the rooms they had by looking a certain way.
Right.
I can't imagine the pressure to have to keep that up to, you know, break that. That's I don't know nothing about that, but I feel for them that they feel like they have to, because and once you open the door to it, you can't get left behind, right? Like if you are whoever you are that's in that light, you got to keep up your image and keep up and you know, and then similar to how we just talked about how the effect with girls are, with women are, how they get access to these entertainers' lives, and it creates an unreasonable thing in their head of what's tangible or what their life still should look like. On the guy side, on a boy side, meaning like when they're younger, they get access to all these women and how they look and all these music videos in 3D every day. So it creates a reasonable expectation in their head. And now they're looking for, just like Shorty's looking for a Dirk or anybody that fits in that mold or that could buy it to, that dude on the flip side is looking for a Jada or and it creates unreasonable expectations on both sides of the spectrum. But that bounces back to social media though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because
Having access to
I always see like this question being posed. Are your thoughts your own?
No.
Nah, hell
You get what I'm saying? Like, are any of our thoughts our own?
Nah,
Whatever we talk about on the internet that we truly believe and stand behind was something that you heard or you read. Or you
I have like a love-hate relationship with social media, bro.
Absolutely.
Like a real. I be on it sometimes, but like laughing, and then like I be like, I hate the fact that I'm doing this right. This is what I'm doing with my time right now, bro.
I
Even
get
the
on
submarine
Instagram
shit,
too
bro.
long, it pop up. All right, your time is
Yeah,
expired.
I need to say I had a
for
timer
real?
at one point.
Yeah, I got a
I had a
timer on
timer
that
on my
one.
joint at
10
one
minutes.
point. Yeah, I had a
that's crazy.
timer on my
10
shit at
minutes,
one
bro.
point too, dog.
Because you'll get caught, even if I'm not doing nothing, like I'm not looking at nothing, your brain will shut down and you'll just be
Not mindlessly scrolling and shit, just
same. And the algorithm is just showing you whatever.
what you want to see.
Yeah,
They
whatever
know you react to. Bro.
Right.
I seen a post on Twitter yesterday, and that shit kind of, like people doing this thing where like the thread if you this,
Oh,
women from
my
here,
God.
thread this, all the women from here. And then I seen a thread that was like, one of the threads I seen that pissed me off, bro. And it pissed me off not because of the thread, but like the reactions to the thread. The post said, drop a picture if your baby father said he didn't want the baby, but you kept it anyway.
Oh my god.
It was mad. It was just like women like posting them proud with they. I'm just like, this is weird, bro. Why y'all so proud? Like, this is kind of embarrassing, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. Like,
We in the psych ward.
this shit was embarrassing, bro.
We just
And it
walking
was-
around.
it was-
Like, we walking around, but we in the psych ward.
It was just like, dog, this is embarrassing, bro. And people was just like, it was just like women in the comment, like, cause most people, thank God, were just like, dog, this is embarrassing. Why are we promoting this?
But guess
But it was
what?
a few people in the comments that was just like,
You say, I don't even want to get you off track. I'm
Nah,
saying,
go
I'm
ahead.
adding to it. You getting them comments? It is more people advocating for the freedom to be able to
Listen, right?
express that in
Bruh,
that negative
that's the crazy
situation.
part, bro.
They'll bash you for
Yeah.
saying, "Hey,
This
this
is
is
wrong.
not something
This
to
ain't right."
be proud
Yeah.
about."
mostly, majority of the people was like, this is wrong.
Okay,
But the few people that was just like,
But
this
you
is
know
her,
what I'm
like,
talking
oh, I
about,
see it.
oh my God,
Like a few
bro,
of the people that was just like,
they be searching the comments for you to
Yeah,
stand
yeah,
out
looking
and
for you,
just
yeah.
smoke you. Like that's what they. Yeah,
that it was more people saying this is wrong, this don't make sense. But the few people who was just like, this is her right, she gonna blah blah blah. If she can afford it. I'm just like, yo, are you stupid? Like, are you like people think like they live in an individual world where only their actions only affect them.
Right.
Bro, you doing this,
But
right?
you do though.
No, you don't.
No,
fam.
I'm saying
they think they
in
do.
they head, this is
nah,
their life.
that's not
This
that's
is
not
where
the
they
real
live.
world, bro.
You know what
Because
I'm saying? This is where they
most of
live.
the people, single parents, most of them, right, whether it be male fathers, single fathers, or single mothers, are on government assistance. Who pays for that? Us. So that reaction, that decision you made that you wanted to keep the kid for you, it wasn't about the kid. You just wanted the kid, so you feel like I don't care if the father wants. First of all, y'all was both irresponsible in the first place.
Yeah.
So I'm not just gonna completely absolve the man because he was irresponsible too. But anyway, you made a decision like I'm gonna keep this kid for me. That's not the best option for the kid. So that's a selfish decision on your part. Maybe if you're in a position that you can afford everything, that's still is like that's still not the best scenario to raise a kid in, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like And let's say you can't, which most people can't, right, afford a kid by themselves. So now you coming to the government for assistance, and we got to pay for that. So goddamn right I have an opinion. The fuck, you crazy? Yes, I have an opinion. People, you stupid as shit. What you mean? How you telling her like she should be able to do what she want? If she can afford it.
You're not winning that fight in the comments.
You're not.
You bite.
Because all that time you spending at work, your kid is spending in the street, and he gonna rob me in a few years. So yes, I have an opinion. Absolutely, I have a fucking opinion.
And it's conditioning too, because 10 years ago
that was not okay.
It wasn't
20
right.
years, 30 years ago, it wasn't okay.
So Andrew Tate, I don't know if y'all seen that that joint where he talked about the monkey and the monkeys in the room, man, with the cold water.
I didn't see that one.
So it's a banana at the top. They put 5 monkeys in the room, banana at the ceiling, but it's a pipe that's spraying them with cold water right before they get to the banana. After a while,
they stop reaching for the banana
because first is the water that you scared of. Then is second one go up there, water spraying. Third one, we grabbing your ass. They better not spray us with that water again. We gonna beat your ass. You're not even worried about that banana no more, right? So then you switch off. Eventually, all the monkeys get switched out one by one to where those monkeys are conditioned 3, 4, 5 generations down the line.
Not even tried.
They're not even knowing about the water.
Yeah.
They just know you're going to get your ass whooped if you even try.
Now I can turn the water off. I don't even got the water don't even have to be a thing.
It's just like the speed cameras.
Yep.
The speed not you slamming on right on going to the harbor. It used to be a speed camera, right? It hasn't been there for almost 10 years. And everybody will slam on their brakes right before, and I be in the car cussing. Like my wife was like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, you don't see all these red lights just like slam these brake lights. But it's so interesting to me to just like break down life as much as I can. Because I don't know shit. As much as I be seeing and all the information we taking, I don't know nothing. And then having kids now really lets me know I don't know shit. And whatever our parents was doing, they was winging that shit.
Winging hoping for the best, bro.
And I'm fucking swinging for the fences and missing at so many different things with my kids, but the benefit of it all is like that I wasn't bitching out trying not to
be around.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And for whatever reason, God has chosen me to be the father figure for these two. And I have to be cognizant of my image that I put out there, because if my son or daughter go anywhere in this world, I know a guy. Like we come from that generation. Like
I know somebody.
You get what I'm saying? Like I love that, but it's getting lost.
Yeah,
that's not seen. Like my dad is the king of.
I know.
Man, give me 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Go see such and such. Ask for such and such. They gonna take care of you. Tell them it's Joe. And I go. They be like, "Oh, nah, you look just. I know who you are. Your money's no good here." And now my wife be laughing because when we seen you the other day.
Oh yeah,
she's like, you just be going places and just be knowing people. I'm like, she's like, you don't even like people. I said, I love people. Yeah. The people I know.
You know
what I'm saying? I just hate how
niggas.
Yes. I say it, yes. That's one of my favorite. I love my niggas. I hate niggas though. Like it's just like my niggas is Gucci. I just hate niggas. Like
niggas.
And they don't understand that. Like people don't understand. They like, nah, you either just. But I can still play the game.
Yeah, for sure.
I can play the game. Like to be able to get in rooms and do the things that I'm, able to do now, because I see how you can become stagnant being so reluctant to kind of grow out of your own personal little shell.
And that's
like.
Did you mention that when you started doing the pandemic, when you started doing the lives? I was just like, hold on, what's going on here?
I'm not
it's
that
a glitch in the matrix.
But you know what it is?
Live right now.
I don't give a fuck if it's one person.
This nigga be on there talking real shit.
I ain't got nobody around me.
Yeah.
I feel so comfortable because once I hit save and put this out there, and I don't give a shit what you think. But if I'm sitting in a room, I might be fidgeting. I catch myself doing. I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna be like, why the fuck you making yourself look so weird? You can't just sit the fuck still.
Right.
Breaking analyzing myself because you with yourself all day, every day. I'm 37 years of damn. Did I laugh fun? Like
That's
you can't
wild,
take that
bro.
shit back.
wild,
There's
dog.
nothing you can do
You go,
about it.
like you can't take that's out there
There's
forever.
nothing you can
And
do
you
about
might
that
go
shit,
somewhere and be like, did y'all hear this nigga laugh the other day? You know what I'm saying? Like, just randomly, y'all out fucking having drinks and like, bro, it was a dope ass podcast.
That should be happening to me when I
Yes,
just like
bro.
even when I might record a motherfucker out somewhere like one of my niggas and be commentating in the background and I'd be like, why the fuck did I say that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why did I sound like that? So
You
I'm like,
can't
that
take
shit
it back.
really-
It's
yeah,
out there now. The cloud is life. Like when you
No, we
say
have-
like it's out in the cloud.
Bro,
like,
we
it's
have
out there.
hundreds of episodes on video, bro. And if I wanted to like watch all of them and nitpick it, I'm sure it'd be 1,000 things. I'd be like, yo, why the fuck did I do that?
Oh my goodness.
Every time.
Like, why the
But
fuck did I
I
do
enjoy that about myself is that I can laugh at me.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas, you know, when y'all knew me, nobody really knew. Like, my brother got killed. Like, he got hit by a car, 10th grade. Like, literally November. We just started fucking school. And then I got to deal with this trauma at 15. So my reluctance to be social was because I'm like, I don't know how to deal with my emotions right now. And, you know, just kind of focusing in on basketball was my outlet. And then I'll just be walking around school like Meech be making like back then he was like, this is Kobe. Walking through the hallway, not acknowledging a motherfucking soul. It's 3,000 kids in this school.
Man.
I'm literally thinking about, man, do I want corned beef and rice for dinner? Or am I going to Generous Joe's when I go to the rec? Like, those are the things that I think I used to think about. And other people are just walking around, they girlfriend problems and people fighting over stupid shit. And I'm just like, y'all niggas don't even have a clue of what life is. You know, and being in a eclectic household, like, mom had me traveling everywhere. So Jamaica, England, she grew up in London. I'm born and raised Kingston, Jamaica, but grew up in London. First place she came to in the 80s was New York. New York in the 80s. Wow. She was
That's
like,
everybody. That's
every
everybody.
Florida,
Every Florida.
that's like a
Every
passage
Florida
right
joint,
for
dog. That's
every
everybody,
Florida got to go through New York, bro.
You can make it in New York. You can make it in New York.
Yeah.
You'll be good in America.
Yeah,
It be
My
DC
mom
in the
was in New
80s
York
or
for like
New
8-9
York,
years,
bro.
bro. I think
Always
That's
New York,
definitely
bro.
that's definitely the gateway.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
right
That's the
You
gateway.
see y'all reaction just now? Like, that is a fact.
That's
So
a
it's
right.
like, but think about when we kids and we're in these environments. You in Flatbush, you in, you know, you in, you know, Albany, you in all these places that, you know, my dad went on a run when I was 4. So he was in Connecticut for like 8 years. And the nigga was living life like he wasn't a fugitive. He was of the law. But and then on a whole nother flip side, my mom was sending me to go spend the summers with him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
shit.
all of us, me, all my brothers, like brothers and sisters was there, and like, he was living a regular life, and this nigga was literally a drug lord. Like, like, we've been in crack houses, trap houses, whatever you want to call it.
Family first, man.
Bruh, seen $1, seen millions of dollars, like, seen it all to where by the time I got to high school, like, no nigga impressing me. Nigga, you gotta ask your mom for $125 to go buy these J's that come out on Wednesday. Like, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do to impress me? I step all over them joints. Like, that's how I thought about it. And I had the shoes too. I had all that, but that didn't make me. That didn't make me. That ain't why people fuck with me. I'm just a guy that's gonna be comfortable in his skin. You can call me Blackie, whatever, skinny, bone. Well, you can say all these insults, right? And I used to be thinking 10, 20 years ahead. In 20 years, where you gonna be at and where I'm gonna be at. And I tell my son and my daughter that. Don't worry about today. Enjoy it. In 10, 15 years is when it's gonna matter. You thinking, oh, I can't make a layup. It's 6 years old, my nigga. Like, what are you talking about? Like, at 16, it's gonna be a totally different conversation because your daddy really could, you know what I'm saying? I know. So don't worry about the kids that is doing it right now. Don't worry about anybody that's doing it right now. They might have got exposed early to it. They just have a head start. But guess what? A race, you always got a chance to get to that finish line before somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So that was life for me. It's like now, and full circle being on y'all, you know, on y'all platform is like, John, what I remember about you was that you did not give a fuck what nobody thought about you, bro. Like, not one person. And it was more outwardly to where me, I ain't give a fuck what nobody thought. Well, I'm not even gonna be talking for real. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, I fuck with that, and then Ab, same way. He was more like me. I don't give a fuck what these niggas think about me. I'm gonna be me. But in 5, 10 years, you might got the girl that everybody wanted in high school, you got her. later on in life.
You know what's funny
You know
too?
what I'm saying?
It don't even be the girl in high school. Ain't even the one that's
Ain't
really because
even
she
the
don't
one.
even it be that one that wasn't really.
You get what I'm
that
saying? And you
clicked
figure it out
Yeah.
later on. Like they peaked.
Yeah.
11th, 12th grade.
Peaking at 17
They
is crazy.
peaked. A lot of people that I speak to, especially like athletes, they're stuck at that state
Because some of them
championship
trying to still
moment.
get those years back. When you had niggas, it's like you got niggas like us that's trying to move forward and think the best times is ahead. You got them that still want to recap the.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Them the niggas that keep posting their high school highlights.
They stuck.
That's tough. Bro.
Stuck in the time
high
that
school
don't
highlight
fucking
memories.
exist no more.
Stuck.
Now we going. I know we kind of running on time, but it'd be negligent of us not to. We know what dropped this week.
Oh, yes.
Talk music. I don't know how my man feels about him, but Thug just dropped the album. Fresh off the heels of your man's album. I want Roy to kick off and I really want.
Can I ask y'all a question before
What's up
we
with
get
you
into
saying
that?
my mans?
No, gonna.
Oh,
Before-
you not my mans. Who my mans is?
Before we get into that conversation that was recorded, that phone call with Thug was
That
calling.
shit was weird.
They said it
bro.
was
That
like
was
an
weird.
AI
That shit
conversation.
was weird,
I don't know how true that is,
They weird, bro.
but that's what they say.
It's high school now. It's getting high school. It's
Yeah.
weird. Thug, that shit sucks, so.
You like that?
Yeah, no, it sucks. It sucks.
Shit. Oh
It sucks.
shit.
You own shit. That shit sucked. I knew that shit was
It was
gonna
bad.
suck, dog. Yeah.
I ain't listened to it yet, so I'm gonna
Shit
keep it.
bad,
I thought it was alright.
It was unfinished. It wasn't.
How much time do you have for music these days?
I don't.
Yeah, Not
I'm
a lot,
creature
right?
of habit, so it's like R&B,
Alright.
old school. I'm listening to Isley Brothers. I'm listening to
Who
Jodeci
do you fuck with if you had to pick?
right
You
now.
probably gonna say some old school people too.
I'm stuck in the time right now. Like I'm stuck in
Yeah, I got that time, dog.
yeah. I'm stuck in like 2017 Victory Lap
That's not a bad time to be. A bad place to be stuck.
because 3 years later he was dead. Pandemic hit. I had to listen to things that was going to motivate me and take me out of like you know what I'm saying because everybody was. Casamigos. Wasn't Casamigos wasn't even. I think it just came out.
It just came out, yeah.
It was,
It was the Casa Azul, the Clase Azul and all that. Like that was where everybody's mind was. But I was still working in the pandemic. Like I was at Amazon, so everybody's home getting paid or fired or getting unemployment or whatever. I had to be out there listening to motivation music. Like I couldn't, listen to brain dead shit. So even like listening to Lil Baby, like I kind of connect with his cadence.
He got an
his
older
style,
soul, though.
right?
You know what I'm saying? He's older. He's
Yeah.
from our mode a little bit.
And that's if that's more modern, like it's like Lil Baby. I'm listening. I'm still playing freestyle I'm in the gym. It's my stretching music is freestyle.
That joint never gets old. By the way.
Never.
Hey, that shit never gets old.
You know what I'm saying? And then I go into like Tory, Chicks Tape 5.
Oh,
like
you can listen to it.
I don't
We can
give
still listen to it.
Man,
Yeah, listen.
I don't beat women. I never shot nobody. So whatever he does as a person,
He didn't either, but that's neither here nor there.
right.
But that's neither here nor there.
And that's all opinion. That's public opinion. So
Yes, God, public opinion don't have to do nothing with real life
man,
experiences.
you know what I'm saying? Like we wasn't there. So
Fuck,
for me to crucify anybody and I wasn't there, doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna listen to his music because he's a dope artist. And I got the opportunity to meet him in 2015. Yeah, he came to Orlando when he was just getting booked for $3,000 a show. It was 14 people in that club. People didn't even know who he was.
He's
You
one
know
of
what
them
I'm
scary,
saying?
talented artists.
crazy.
Though,
Oh, my
because
goodness. He do
doesn't
everything.
There's no cap on
Yeah.
what he can. If he wants to take your style, he can just do it. He's
and
done
do it better
and
than
do it better than you.
It was some mixtapes where he sounded like Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Then he was draking it.
Yeah.
Then he'd be back
No,
to
even
himself.
when he did that Control the
Cassidy.
remix, if I'm gonna keep it a stack, that joint was that joint might have been better than. I said, man, he could just do this shit. But
Yeah.
like,
That nigga's a chameleon, bro.
damn, bro. Well, all right, man.
He's a chameleon, man. What's the so? How often do you release a capsule? Like, are you doing it? Are you a seasonal, like, or is it just like when I feel like it, I'm gonna put out a?
There you go. You know me. I don't really like following rules in the sense of like that's gonna impede on my
creativity.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate feeling like my bad. I hate feeling like you gotta do what everybody else is doing.
Oh my God,
And when they
I could
do
see it in a lot of brands. I'm like, bro, y'all just doing this shit because Murray doing this type of. I hate that shit. Dog.
And when you
Like,
do
every
that,
time-
it shows how scared you
Yeah.
are.
And every brand I see, I'll be like, dog. If I see a rapper with a brand, I'm not gonna support it. I don't want nigga shit.
Because you know everybody going.
Yeah, I want some quality. I want some official, bro. And it's like, yo, you want to support a lot of black brands, but y'all want the rapper image. It's like, no, that's not it. That's not it. You gotta have
Somebody
great
gotta
quality.
say it.
You have to have great quality with that shit. You have to have normal people wearing your shit.
See, and that's all right. So that's what I'm saying. No one ever can feel comfortable saying that when they like you got dreams of triumph. You know what I'm saying? Like he not outside with everybody. He's in his own, and that's how I feel. It's like I'm not outside with everybody. Like
Exactly.
and then how I wear it is not how you gonna wear it, but you might enjoy the aesthetic that my physique might bring wearing the clothes, and you might think that it's gonna fit you. I didn't like the pro shorts. You got them on right now.
Wow.
I hated them. I didn't make them for me. You get what I'm saying? I did not make them for me, but those were like another moment where like the brand went like this, like on the Richter scale, it just did like this, and
that was one of those things at the time. You know what I'm saying?
And I chose to not just do the same mesh. I was like, I'm gonna do a structured, you know, piece, right?
I seen you do like a Ralph Lauren type joint. I'm mad I didn't get it. It was a lot, but I remember you had that joint.
And that was in house.
Yeah.
So I did that in house, but
yeah.
we're gonna get it manufactured, get the cut right, because that was just a blank that I chose to utilize, and then I got some Chanel custom patches made, and then got them sold by my man in Virginia. Shout out to Sean. He got me into the fashion world too, because he's 40, but he's like you can't tell.
Yeah,
cool
season.
He
but-
cold.
Cool
He a cold nigga. Like he's in the church. When I say like a spiritual guy, like he's in. He don't let nothing bother him. He always smiling, but he's a creator. He taught himself how to sew. He was running a whole print company. He had a brand called Newly Renovated at the time when I started RFA. So he was making my clothes,
name, right?
and then he monetized making my clothes to get prints made for himself, to where he's not paying for his stuff, and he just all profit. So he outsourcing his skill set to be able to build his dream, which in turn, that's what I do now too. Is like, I just did a 500, camp shirt order for, this company called the Bouldering Project in DC. 500 pieces, charge what you charge. They sending that check. Boom.
Damn.
Another new collection coming.
Clutch.
For Broccoli City this year. And that's it. It's like it's going to get harder to be able to find funding. There's so many dope brands. There's so many just brands in the way. So many people just, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the way that don't know they're in the way, and
lazy design. Oh my God.
Man,
I don't want to. It's getting bad.
But it's gonna have to be y'all,
yeah,
from a consumer standpoint, to say enough is enough.
Enough, yeah,
and call us all out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, one by one.
Yeah,
and if y'all resonate with any brand in particular, start saying why and advocating, because 2020 and 2021. It was cool to advocate for the small black business and blah, blah, blah. Now, it's hard. Like, we got to be begging people to get a tag. You know what I'm saying? Like, tag us. And, like, I know y'all buying it. I just got a couple orders. That's what I was looking at.
Right.
Y'all clearly buying it. Why y'all not tagging us? You know what I'm saying? Why y'all not proud anymore? Like, what happened?
That's weird.
Like, I got to bro. It's shit that I'm like, I got a shoe, bro. I'm coming out with a whole shoe. Like, it's the tedious process, right? And I'm just using this as an example that
that's like a bull flip. That's like a Reebok bull flip. I know where you at. I know where you at.
Come on. So it's a lot of people don't understand that, like, it's we want to elevate.
Yeah.
But it takes money to elevate.
Absolutely.
And I'm not gonna keep going to the bank. Y'all like this shit. Come get it.
Come get it.
I ain't charging you $900 for a t-shirt.
He's really not.
Tell people you like. Tell people you like it.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. My homie was like, he did something to Ricardo Deshaun, right? So Rich, that's my bro, right? So one of the most solid niggas you ever gonna meet, because he gonna tell it to you straight, and people don't like that. And he an older nigga, so it's like you can't really bullshit. He like, you can't bullshit. Remember, like, so he told people, like, look, bring one friend, 10% off.
Yeah.
Bring two friends, 20% off. Bring 3 friends, 30% off. Give you incentive to,
that's fair.
First of all, show up.
Yeah.
And then what I noticed, a lot of other designers don't show up for the designer, cohorts. Like, they don't want to show up for each other. Like, I just told you, like, I pulled up I spent money. I bought a jersey, that nip joint. I bought the jersey. I still got that joint. Like, I felt inspired. I felt proud. All these different things. And me and Val ain't friends, not in that way. You know what I'm saying? We cordial, but the respect level that I have for him being something that I recognize in myself. It's like, oh yeah, forever. Same thing with Rich.
Mm-hmm.
He out the way. Yeah, people might know his brand. He out the way. Paradise, my homie Pierre. Same thing. He'll tell you, in New York nigga, I don't fuck with niggas. I don't fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you can't keep being like that.
You can't be
but
like that.
he like, no, I'm gonna put people around me that fuck with niggas, so I don't gotta fuck with
niggas.
because niggas is just, they whatever. Same
sense.
thing with Leak. Campaign. He is who he is. He's comfortable. I love people that are comfortable being themselves. Zell, you know what I'm saying? Like all that whole platform. I hate that they like the city didn't get behind them.
Whack.
Like
Whack.
as far as like
Whack.
government,
Whack.
really pushing it, and then
Shit was whack.
the vendors. I say it, the vendors weren't appreciating what they had.
They wasn't,
Cause I was showing up and making 5-6K on a Saturday, selling T-shirts and shorts. And socks.
was,
Come on, bro.
See, that's whack, bro.
Every time I used to see, I'd be like, damn, you gone. Shit.
Man, and people was like, man, how?
I used to call. One of the joints I called you and was like, hey, bro, don't sell that fucking.
And I put it to the side. You got my number, please utilize it, cause I look out. Because if it's gone, it's gone.
That shit was whack, bro.
That shit was
And I hate that we don't get behind one another and champion it. Like everybody should want to come on this joint. Everybody should want to come on this joint.
Everybody can't come though.
No, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But everybody should be
one by one. One month by 1 month.
And those kind of things are what we lack like that. Yeah. Like right now, Sycamore and Oak, I love what's going on there.
I need to go over there.
You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go over there right when I leave here. But Pierre came to the store. I was in Bowie. He was at the store just now. I said, "You going?" He was like, "Nah, I got it's open though, but I'm with my son today."
Yeah.
I'm proud of them. Like Chris Pirate, the museum. I met Chris one time. We did a pop up at that he was hosting, and same thing with like I never met G. I never met them, but they've invited me to do certain things at their events where I was just doing my own thing. No disrespect. It was all love. It was just like, y'all planning this? I just got a pop up space that I remember the spot, right? I had just got that space. I was like, I can't even ignore this. I'm paying for this. Thank you. It's all love. But I might have missed out on at that moment a networking opportunity to build with some dope people that I hear such good things about. And it's like it won't be the last time though. Nah. Guess what? It ain't too many people that can keep up with my consistency. It's not too many people that's going be able to withstand the downs. There's not too many people being transparent with their downs. Exactly. Because I'm not. We talked about the social media shit. You can be whatever you want on that phone. Whatever you want. Me personally, this brand, hey, I got a whole collection of fucking jackets that are all the same size, but they say small, medium, large. I tell y'all that. Remember the jerseys? I couldn't even get my arms through the joint.
Wow.
I had to show. I was literally livid, but it calmed me down to show 120 people that that was waiting on these joints that had bought them already. And I'm just like, man, if y'all could just give me a second to get them, replaced. They like, man, take your time. I'm not even wearing it. I'm gonna put it in a frame and hang it on my wall. I'm like, really? I did the shoe with Paradise. And one of my homies, Jeremy, he bought a shoe, played ball with him, grew up with him. He bought a shoe and put it in the case. He had me sign the fucking shoe. Sign the jersey. So I'm not wearing this. I'm putting it in my trophy.
That's hard, man. That's hard.
Appreciation, big appreciation.
I know we got to wrap, so let me ask you a question. Unless I got something else.
Nah,
I do got more, but
I know we cut the
what
time.
other brands, like whether locally or nationally or internationally, do you fuck with the most? Let's say five brands that you like. These ones I can get behind.
Ask him a tough one.
What? Go ahead.
What's your favorite brand?
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Not Prayful. Right now,
I was about to tell you that.
You fuck with.
Just in general?
Yeah.
Probably, and this is no bias, probably a tie between Paradise and Carl Deshawn.
Okay.
Because of because of how consistent they are. They remind me of the work ethic that I possess. You know what I'm saying? And those two guys really, they just fuck with me. Yeah. The brand is like our brands are just like icing on the cake. We just connect. I just talked to both of them today. You know what I'm saying?
Extra quick hitter on that joint too. On the your side, what's the worst trend you see in fashion right now that you absolutely can't stand?
The worst trend I can't stand is the fact that everybody has those gallery sweats.
Oh my God! Thank you.
Same joint.
The shirt,
and the little
that shirt on the left
sweat.
side, the print on it. Oh my God!
And I understand.
And Gallery Report was hard, but it's just
you hold it out.
They hold it out. They help.
He's a dope.
He's amazing.
I got to meet him.
He's amazing, dude. He's an amazing guy. He's amazing.
Just like outside of the brand stuff, like he's amazing. And I think it got to him where he was like, "I'm not gonna let y'all hold me out."
Yeah.
So he shut the store down. He was like, "I'm shutting this shit down. Like y'all not about to," because like you really will, like the whole no idols thing for me. It's like the same reason they love you is gonna be the same reason they hate you. Yeah. Same things that make you smile is gonna be the same things that make you cry. Yeah. And people are like that. So I hate that we don't have any creativity as a vast majority. So even if you did those sweats, right? Me, I like the flare to a certain extent, but I added a panel on the side. So on the sweats that I did for our 3 anniversary, so I added my panel. People was like, you should call it the Pray For panel. Like, you could call it whatever you want. Yeah. But in my head, I'm just like, these are things that we have to start taking design inspiration from. The front of that looks like, a Balenciaga. Yeah. But Balenciaga could have stole that, and we'll never know. Yeah. They just made a Goodyear fucking tire shoe, and everybody's walking around looking stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Like a fucking Skechers shoe.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate that.
They bootleg the New Balance and make it so a Skechers, bro. That was wicked.
And keep taking from Asics and selling selling it back to you, which is, I'm more so intrigued.
We see you. We see it.
No, I like it. I'm just saying, like, I'm not paying that price tag because for me, I'm gonna figure out how to make it and put it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, make my own version of a shoe. Not necessarily that, but like create it. Like, shout out Sean Collins. He helped me bring this to life. He's another guy that, like, if you know in this area, and I'm fortunate enough to meet such dope people because I remain solid in my own right. I'm not letting nobody dictate my, thoughts on you based on their experiences, or else I wouldn't be. I told y'all, I'm walking in here, I'm like, the one thing I do notice is that them niggas got history that does not include me as far as like the other brand owners, designers, or whatever, even just business owners around town. Like, everybody has their own memory, and it's like, I can't hold people to whatever point in time you met them. You get what I'm saying? Who they are to me, just like we go double all the way back around. I might not even fuck with the nigga I used to be. Yeah. So I feel you. You know what I'm saying? But give me a chance to show you who I am today. And it take time, and some people are very guarded, and I get it, but I'm just a solid person to like, when I'm a friend with you, I'm a friend. And I might feel some kind of way if I don't talk to you in a while and call you not answering. I'm like, hey, what the fuck is up? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm very selective with who I let into my circle. And then if my kids like you, I really take offense. If my kids fuck with you and you just disappear, you gonna have to see me.
We got to talk about this, man.
Because they gonna keep asking about you, and I'm like, I don't even have no beef with this nigga. Like, what's wrong? I don't have no answer for you, bro. Like, I don't know, but that's the joy of, like, building with people that are,
like-minded. Right?
Yeah, that are just decent and like-minded. Like, yeah, bro, that's a fact.
We appreciate your time.
Appreciate your time, dog.
It's a long time coming, dog. I think it's the right time,
dog. Right time, bro. I appreciate you, bro.
Learned a lot. I even learned some shit I didn't even know, right? So, thank you, bro. You know what I'm saying, for coming on here. You know what I'm saying, for expressing your views and your thoughts, man. Pray for love, Karl.
Pray for love, man.
Most Unknown Podcast. We out of here.